Hello everybody and welcome back to False 9 Footy. So around 45 minutes ago, according to Fabrizio Romano, FC Barcelona have signed Marcus Rashford on loan from Manchester United. Where do we start? Marcus Rashford, obviously the last couple years at Manchester United haven't been great. He went on loan in January to Aston Villa, where he actually played, decently well. In 10 matches, he had 2 goals and 2 assists in the Premier League, and he looked rejuvenated, when he left Man United. But personally, I've never been the biggest Marcus Rashford fan. I just don't think he really brought anything like incredibly special. Like he is a left winger, right? And that's his best position. And whenever I've watched him play, I've just never nothing ever has stood out to me in terms of his play style or like his attributes like dribbling or like finishing. Just nothing has stood out to me when I've watched him play. I think this move for Barcelona is actually pretty decent because I think his best role, and the role he suits best, honestly, right now, is coming off the bench as like a substitute for, a winger that's starting. So basically, what I mean is like this for Barcelona, I think is actually a pretty decent move. You have Lamine Yamal on and Rafinha as your two, primary wingers. Yamal, he usually is on the right, Rafinha is on the left. But you know what? Now you have Marcus Rashford, who you can sub in for either of those wingers, in like the 60th minute, 70th minute, when you need some fresh legs. He's not bad because obviously he's fast. So when the opposition players are fatigued, he can take advantage of that. With his pace, he's a threat to get in behind. So, for Barcelona, I actually think it's a decent move because, again, he's going to be a backup to Rafinha and Yamal. And I think, at this point in his career, that's what's best. And I just don't think he has the quality to really be a star player on a team and that team to be incredibly successful. I just don't think he has that quality. So again, FC Barcelona, it's just a loan move too. It's not a permanent deal. So I think it's actually, a decent bit of business. Now, if I were FC Barcelona, would I make this move? Probably not, because I do think there are better options out there, and they're not very expensive. Like, you have a couple left, like this is a left winger right here in Marcus Rashford. He can play on the right too, but again, his best position is left wing. So if you're looking at left wingers that could be, backups to Rafinha and or Yamal if you want to play them on the right too, there are guys like Wilfried Gnonto from at Leeds. In 43 matches this past season, in the championship, he had 9 goals and 6 assists, which is, pretty good. It's all right. And he's only, according to Transfer Market, he's only worth 22 million euros, which is incredibly, affordable. And I'm telling you, Wilfried Gnonto is a player that he's got great potential. He's only 21 years of age, so again, he would be a player that, like, if you could have in your mix of wingers, that would be incredible because he's great depth. He's great depth at that position because if one of your wingers gets injured, the drop in quality won't be astronomical. Wilfried Gnonto is very good. They could have also gone after a player like Ben Seguir at Monaco this past season in Ligue 1. In 33 matches, 6 goals, 3 assists. He's only 20 years old. So Elias Ben Seguir is a very, very good player. So, and he's 28 million euros according to Transfer Market. So a little bit more expensive, but I mean, the price isn't that high for a player of his quality. Yeah, Ben Seguir. There's also Malik Fofana at Lyon, and Asane Dio at Como. Asane Dio is a player you're gonna have to watch out for. He's 19 years old. He's in 15 matches this year in Serie A for Como. He had 8 goals and 1 assist before getting injured. I mean, he was excellent for Como, and he has massive potential. Asane Dio. Right now, maybe Barcelona, he could be utilized as like a substitute, but look, they brought in Marcus Rashford. So, I personally would not have done this if I was Barcelona. I would have gone after these other players, but you know what? He's not so far down the list in terms of options that I think would have been, decent for FC Barcelona to go out and pursue. I named these 4 players, but Marcus Rashford maybe is like the 6th player that maybe I would have recruited as depth wingers for Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. So yeah, not a horrible piece of business by Barcelona. It's only a loan move, so if it doesn't work out, then he heads back to Manchester United, and yeah. So